Yes, my people, my people, my people, my people, my people. It's Alan, your boy, Alan Palmer, St. Vincent the Grenadines' favorite and most hated son. I'm coming from you. I am headed to the train station. Train station is right there. And you have to try and evade these people, because if you don't evade them, you can't. They send the people to stop and hamper your life. Send your signal from, prevent your signal from going, right? And they have their bugs on my phone, so sometimes they're able to stop my signal from going, even without being in my immediate environment. But most time it works better for them when they are close by and near to me. So now, what do you want to discuss? Look at what is happening in St. Vincent the Grenadines. People, share this video. Share this video now. Oh my God. Look at what is happening in St. Vincent the Grenadines. Is there a parliamentary opposition in St. Vincent the Grenadines who are there to look out for the interests of Vincentians, who have elected them to administer the affairs of the opposition? Is there a parliamentary opposition in St. Vincent the Grenadines? This is the question we have to answer here. I'm almost close to the train station. Is that the train station there? Yeah, right there. So, this is the question we have to answer. Look at what is happening in St. Vincent the Grenadines. People have their lands taken away by the government on the eminent domain unlawfully. Yet, the opposition sit by idle. They does nothing. They lend a hand, they lend no hand. They don't go to anyone, they don't ask anyone any questions. They just sit back and allow the government to run roughshod over the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Why is this? Why are they sitting back and allow our people to take advantage of? There is no unemployment. There have been zero economic growth in St. Vincent and the Grenadines over the past how many years, right? Yet every chance they get, they're trying to raise tax. Now St. Vincent and the Grenadines is in a situation where we have taxation without representation. Taxation without representation. This could never be right. How can this be right? How can a government tax a people add tax to a situation in a pandemic season where there is no employment, where the government who was responsible for causing economic growth have failed the people and have been unable to grow the economy, right? Yet they are adding taxes on import stuff. Anytime you put taxes on imports, that means everything, every commodity that comes into the country automatically increase in cost. It increase in cost, it increase in price. Anytime, and this is what the 1935 riot in St. Vincent was started by. So Ralph Gonsalves is testing to see if he can do and get away with what the governor of St. Vincent and the Grenadines was unable to get away with in 1935. And that is all he's doing. He's just testing to see if he is able to escape what they didn't escape in 1935 when they put on prices on import duties in a situation and in an environment where there were no economic growth, where unemployment were high and salaries were low. It is no different now than it had been in 1935 when we had the 1935 riots. And this is just the simple truth, right? But yet, the opposition sit down there, receive a salary every month. The people have employed them to look out for their interests and for their well-being, and they are not doing anything, right? I am convinced, Dr. Friday have convinced me that he is incompetent as the opposition leader. He has convinced me that he don't know how to go about taking charge of the opposition and holding the government of St. Vincent and Grenadines accountable. He has proven it because all he have done, he have allowed Ralph Gonsalves to run roughshod over Vincentians, take advantage of St. Vincentian, hard-working, honest, law-abiding citizen. Right? And that is all he have done. He have proven that he is incompetent and he is incapable of holding the government of St. Vincent and Grenadines under the leadership of the dirty rapist, Ralph Gonsalves, accountable and responsible in the efficient and effective management of the resources of our country. And that is just the simple fact. If anyone choose to doubt that which I have just declared here, I want you to come and justify your argument that Dr. Friday is not incompetent and that he is capable and able to function as opposition leader and hold Ralph Gonsalves and his corrupt government accountable and responsible for the mismanagement of the resources of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. People, share this video. Whenever you look at it, share this video on your page, share it on your friend page, share it so that everyone could get a chance to either agree or disagree with me. Let me tell you something. The Bible says, by your fruit you shall be known. By your fruit you shall be known. The Vincentian community did not put an opposition in place because the law of St. Vincent said there must be an opposition. They didn't do that. That is not what they did. They put an opposition in place so that they can be represented, right? And the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines can be held accountable and responsible for their action, for their mismanagement, or for their inaction. Their incompetence must be brought to light and must be shown, right? So you cannot tell me, you cannot be a sensible Vincentian and look at what is happening in St. Vincent and Grenadines and say that Dr. Friday is a competent man. You understand? And this is what you all get tricked with. A man may have a PhD. It doesn't mean that he is competent. If you have to remember this, that most people cover up their incompetence with high diplomas, with masters and doctorates and so forth, right? And we take it for granted that because a person has a master's degree, because a person has a doctorate, because a person has an associate and a bachelor's, that they are competent in the field that they want to practice in. It is not necessarily so. And Dr. Friday has shown that like Ralph Gonsalves, his PhD is not worth the paper it is written on, right? You're in effect criticizing Dr. Friday. Dr. Friday is our man. Dr. Friday is the leader of the opposition. We voted him, we elected him. Vincentian has been known to make big political blunder in choosing the people who are appointed and who they appoint to manage the affairs of the country. It is no secret. We have been known to make very big political blunders. It is no secret. And I think Arnhem Eustace did the community a disservice when he supported Dr. Friday's bid for leader of the opposition over Leacock. And Leacock is a weak man too. Because Leacock have to realize that Dr. Friday is not competent as an opposition leader. And Leacock have to now challenge Dr. Friday for the opportunity to lead the opposition. Because with Dr. Friday's way of management and doing business, right, St. Vincent and the Grenadines and Vincent is only put under more pressure, under more stress. And that is just a simple fact. Whether you believe it or not, whether you agree with me or not, that is just, the evidence is there. What have Dr. Friday done since he has become the leader of the opposition in St. Vincent and the Grenadines? What has his contribution been? Who have he helped? Right? Who have he stand in the gap and represent as leader of the opposition in St. Vincent and the Grenadines? Who have Dr. Friday helped? How have Dr. Friday's contribution as leader of the opposition affected the governance of St. Vincent and the Grenadines in a positive light? How? If you can't tell me how it has happened, it simply means it has not happened. You understand? Look, we had Dr. Murray fighting up with Ralph Gonsalves. We had Bongo Shaka fighting up. So much people fighting up with Ralph Gonsalves trying to take their lands. Right? And you know what? Dr. Friday and the opposition sit back and it does nothing. There's a train, but I'm not going on it. I'm waiting. I'm not going on it right now. Right? They sit back and they do nothing but draw a salary. That is all they're doing. I might as well jump on it. Yeah, that's all it does. They sit back and they draw a salary and it does nothing to aid the Vincentians, the people who aid them, put them there, and the Vincentian community. Nothing whatsoever. Right? And that is just a simple fact. Agree with me or disagree with me, it's your will, it's a right, but that is just the simple fact of life, and it's time that Vincentians start facing reality. Right? It's time you start facing reality. Things are getting worse. The economy is getting worse every day. Right? Yet the government has not grown the economy in over 21 years. This is simple facts. This is not a make-up story. The evidence is there to support this fact. Unemployment is out of control. And especially with the pandemic, it means that even more people are out of job because the economy is not growing, money is not circulating, right? But yet they are finding it convenient to add import taxes or duties, extra duties on things that are brought into the country. It won't work. It won't work. You're not hearing the opposition and the things that are happening in the country. You understand? All they do wait until it's either budget to go into parliament, or they wait until there is, what do you call it, a meeting of the house, and they go into parliament in a suit, and they go and they try to talk sophisticated and try to impress people, but they are not doing anything that is meaningful to help the bread and butter issues of the poor people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And that is just a simple fact. That's a sort of simple fact. Huh? Holy Love, you're there watching. Nice to have you. Share the video, Holy Love. Tanya, hi.
Thanks for going Metro.
Jennifer James watching.
Metro trains or stations is not allowed. This is
Simone Blackman, you're watching.
So please help
right?
us keep it clean.
Keys Avero, you're watching.
The next
yes, so people, if you agree with me, let me know that you agree with me.
Exit here for
But it is very hard for you to bring
and the convention center.
plausible,
Connect here
solid evidence to prove that what I'm saying is not right, or to disprove what I'm saying.
This
is
is
very
the Metro
difficult.
A-Line Blue Train.
Very, very difficult, right? And I don't see who can bring the evidence to show that Dr. Friday have been efficient and effective in his capacity of opposition leader from since Arnhem Eustace gave him the nod to take over the opposition and to manage the affairs of the opposition. Vincent. And you see, the thing is, this tax issue, Winston Jambos Young, is going to affect every Vincentian, right? And when you look at the climate, economic climate in the country, it is not conducive for taxes, for new taxes. Government should be finding a way of helping to bail out small businesses and those people who are getting the squeeze from the COVID-19. That is just a simple fact, right? So it is not conducive. The environment is not conducive for new taxes. And you're not hearing anything from the opposition. That is their job. Lillian says, hi, how are you doing? Listen to me. Arnhem Eustace's method of running the opposition has been the most effective method in opposition politics for the past 40 years. Right? Nobody ever changed a system that is running. You have to go back to Arnhem Eustace's method, get the people involved, bring them out in the street, have protests, so that the people's voice can be heard. And when the people's voice is heard, government have to take stock. I mean, they have 4 more years to go before the next election, right? But we could make sure that whatever they do, they are diligent in the decision they make. All Ralph Gonsalves is trying to prove that he can raise tax on import duty in a difficult climate, economic climate in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and get away with it, where the governor in 1935 started a riot. And this is just what is happening.
Now arriving.
Yes,
Pico Station.
it is going to affect all things already, things tough,
Connect here with the Metro
and has gotten tougher during these. You're right, Jambos. You are right.
Metro A-Line Blue Train.
Right? You are totally right. So I don't know what else you all could do. And it's time that the members of the NDP call a meeting, because, well, hey, Dr. Friday is leader, but he don't dictate how things are done in the party. Why? Because he is answerable to all members of the party, all card-carrying members. It is time that the card-carrying members of the NDP call a meeting and ask for a change in direction in the manner in which Dr. Friday is now managing the opposition in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. They need a new direction. Right? The direction that you have gone in the past 5 years have saw the NDP lose grounds in the general election, meaning that they lose a seat that Arnhem Eustace have worked to build. Dr. Friday method of opposition, governance and leadership is not working, and it's time enough. He either step aside and give someone else the opportunity to lead, or change his method of opposition management. That is just as simple. There's no other way. There is no 2 ways about it. It is not working, and it will not work because his method of opposition management is lame and has no value. People, my name is Alan Palmer. Share this video, share this video, share this video. Let everybody see this video. Share this video. My name is Alan Palmer, St. Vincent and the Grenadines' favorite and most hated son. The only man you can depend on to tell you the truth as it relates to reality in the world and to reality in life in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I'll talk to you all soon. I have some work to do. We're going to get to work done.